From volcanoes to lakes, Oregon's Crater Lake and Wizard Island. Crater Lake is situated in southern Oregon near Highway 62, a couple of hundred miles away from the California-Oregon border. It has a surface area of 20.6 square miles and a water volume of 4.49 cubic miles. It is surrounded by mountains, which gives it a surface elevation of over 6,000 feet. Crater Lake is famous because of its clear, pure water and the fact that the caldera which it sits in was created by the eruption of a volcanic mountain called Mount Mazama. This eruption happened around 7,000 years ago and was so powerful that the initial hole it made was over 4,000 feet deep. However, smaller eruptions filled the caldera with ash and rock, making it much less deep than it originally was. After the eruptions of Mount Mazama, the deep caldera that is now known as Crater Lake was filled up with water from rainfall and snow and became a lake. Because the volcanic caldera is so deep, the lake is the second deepest lake in North America and the ninth deepest lake in the world. Since the volcano is still slightly active after Mount Mazama erupted the last time, fumaroles and hot spots existed at the bottom of the lake due to hot rock heating water that came down crevices. Two islands exist in Crater Lake, Wizard Island and Phantom Ship. Wizard Island is a cinder cone that was part of the eruptions of the volcano, but it exploded after some water had already filled the larger caldera. At the top of the Wizard Island peak is a much smaller caldera, named Witch's Cauldron, a remnant of the smaller eruption. The Phantom Ship Island was created as a result of either of two things: magma rising up from cracks in the volcano, or the theory that the Phantom Ship was part of the rock formation left after Mount Mazama erupted, but did not fall down like the rest of the rock around it. All the rock within the caldera of Crater Lake is volcanic rock due to the eruption of Mount Mazama. There are three main ingredients of rock in the area: andesite, dacite, and rhyodacite. Andesite is primarily found along the outer edges of the lake, dacite is primarily found at the bottom and inner shores of the lake, and rhyodacite is primarily found on Wizard Island and Phantom Ship Island. The climate of the Crater Lake area is cold due to its geographical location and its elevation. Temperatures of below 0 degrees Celsius for 3/4 of the year allow moderate to heavy precipitation, which does not melt until later in the summer. Surprisingly, the lake does not freeze over despite the sub-zero temperatures. The lake's waters are extremely clear due to the fact that there are no rivers feeding into the lake and pollution cannot get in. The only sources of water for the lake are rainfall and snow, from which the water is clear. The lake has surprisingly high amounts of dissolved salt, and the water alkalinity is usually 7 to 8 pH. Because of the water's clarity, temperature, and neutral average alkalinity, the water can preserve things floating in it very well. One famous example of this is a log named Old Man of the Lake, which has been floating in the lake for over a century. Crater Lake and Wizard Island are home to few species of plants and animals, all of the animals having been imported into the lake by humans, and the plants via pollen or seeds. 2 species of fish reside in the waters of the lake, and 3 species of animals and 16 species of plants reside on the island. In Crater Lake National Park, however, there are many more species of plants and animals. Besides wild animals, the Crater Lake area used to be home to Native Americans. The Klamath tribe of Native Americans moved into the area around 15,000 years ago and were there to witness the eruption of Mount Mazama. They believed that the eruption was caused by a fight between two gods, the god of the sky, Skel, and the god of the underworld, Lau. In the fight between Skel and Lau, the mountain was destroyed. Thusly, it held a spiritual meeting for the Native Americans. People who hiked the mountains around it were considered to have certain spiritual powers. Thank you for watching this video, and as always, if you enjoyed it, it would be very nice of you to leave a like rating or even favorite the video. And if you really enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe.